so many students. Some have been successful and some have also been rejected. After their 10 years of experience, these are some of my personal recommendations or things that lead to visa rejection or refusal. Number one, failure to disclose previous travel and immigration history. If you want to study in Canada, please, Canada immigration, always go and check your immigration history. Have you been refused a visa to any country? Please, you must disclose it. Have you traveled to any country? Please, you must disclose it. Have you been banned for any country? Please, you must disclose it. Have you even had a stamp to those of us in Ghana, a stamp to Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso? Please, you must disclose it. Anything that you have had so far as international travel is concerned, beyond the borders of Ghana, you must disclose it. So check your passport if there has been any stamp. Even if there hasn't been any stamp, but you have been fingerprinted or you have done application to any embassy, you must be able to justify it. A lot of clients do not disclose their visa refusal. Sometimes they think because the embassy did not put a stamp on the passport when you got rejected, they do not disclose it, and that leads to visa rejection. So please make sure if you have been refused a visa to any country, you disclose. Even if you don't know the reason why you were rejected, please disclose it. Number two reason, fraudulent documentation, such as bank statement. You want to study in Canada, but you don't have somebody to provide you bank statement. You spoke to a friend and somebody told you, oh, there's this guy, this place who can help you to get a statement. He told you, go and open a bank account at bank A or B, bring me the account number. When you did that and you provided the account number, the next day, he said he has been able to procure a bank statement for you. My question to you is this: is the money, even if the bank statement is in your name, is the money in the bank account where the statement has been given? Do you have money in the bank account? My dear friends, a lot of students innocently have been refused a visa and rejected and been banned simply because they spoke to somebody. In the past, people could do this and go away. I want you to know that currently, you cannot provide a fraudulent bank statement and the embassy will not detect it. They will detect it, they will refuse you the visa, ban you for a couple of years, and you may not likely to get even your tuition fee that you have paid to the school. And beside that, they will share that information with other embassies, and it could lead to a rejection when you want to go to other embassies. So please, fraudulent bank statement, employment documents such as payslip, letter of introduction, desist from it, please. Another reason why visas are not granted, lack of funds. If you want to study in Canada where your parents have not been there, you've never worked there, you are an alien, you need to show to the immigration officer that, look, you have money to cover your first year tuition fees. So if your tuition fees say $12,000, the money in your account should cover the first year tuition fees. It should cover your first year living expenses. It should cover your travel costs, and that you have sufficient funds to support yourself without needing the government of Canada support or any other person. So if the money in your bank account, when you convert it and you realize that it is not enough to cover the first year tuition fee and living expenses, plus your travel costs, I am afraid your visa will be refused. Now, not explaining your current employment and financial situation. If you are going to apply for the visa, you need to explain your current situation. If you're employed, an introductory letter from your employer, your pay slip, your salary bank account. Sometimes you are 40 years, 35 years, 30 years, 27 years. And then you say your father is sponsoring you, even though you have all the documents genuinely. The truth is that you did not show evidence of your current circumstances. Even if you are not employed and you are doing volunteer work at church or at the mosque or in a school, you need to provide evidence. So even if your father has all the monies in this world, but you cannot provide evidence of your situation, your employment situation, your financial situation, they may think that you are not a serious student and it could lead to visa rejection. Another reason is choosing courses below your current level of education. Now, pay attention. There are some people, they always want to find an easier way. You are 30 years, 35 years, and then instead of you have a degree, Now you say you are going to do another degree or you are going to do graduate certificate. Having done a degree program and having worked for a couple of years, it is expected that you will choose a course higher, like a master's degree, that will lead to academic progression. But we see that a lot of students want to apply to schools with like graduate certificate and even degree, and they try to hide their degrees or their diplomas and say, let me use the SSC. Yes, you can use that to do the application. You are going to get admission, but most often you will get visa refused. So if you choose a course, looking at your age, if you choose a course below your level, please, it will lead to visa rejection. Then too much gap in education. Let's say you are 40 years, you did your degree, like say 15 years ago, okay, and you are now going to do your master's. From the time you graduated from your university till now, it's about 10 to 15 years. Why do you now want to go and do master's? Too much gap in education. You need to explain. And if you do not explain, it will also lead to visa rejection, because visa officers may think education is not the sole reason why you're going to Canada. Poor statement of purpose and study plan. Why do you want to go to Canada? How would the course help? You should not write more than 2 pages if you're going to do this. Poor filling of the form and not providing specific information. So if you fill the form wrongly, it could lead to visa rejection. Late application. By now, most often, if you are going to apply, if you want to go September, you should have applied the visa by now. And then weak economic, social, and family ties. It depends on your circumstances. At a certain age, you should be able to prove that you are employed. You have money on your own. You don't need your uncle, your mother to sponsor you. You are in your late 30s, 40s, or middle of 30s, and you are saying you are being sponsored by your uncle, you are being sponsored by your auntie, you are being sponsored by this. You are likely to be refused a visa. So if you have weak economic and social ties, so you are 35 years, 40 years young man, you are not employed properly, there's evidence of your employment, you don't have bank statement on your own, you don't have money on your own, you are going to rely on a third party, and you cannot demonstrate, even though you may have admission genuinely, you may even have some scholarship. The fact that you have weak economic and social ties will lead to visa rejection. In this case, we need a good consultant to be able to look at your profile and advise you what kind of document to provide and what process you need to go through to get your process through. Facts about Canada. Canada is the second largest country in the world. It's a bilingual, that is, they speak French and English. Unemployment rate in Canada as of June this year was 5.4. Per capita income is about $48,000 plus. It has low crime rates. So if you're looking at USA, UK, which are the top destinations in the world, Canada has low crime rates compared to these 2 destinations. It continues to enjoy as one of the peaceful countries. Canada is among the 10 peaceful countries in the world. Canadians we know them to be very open-minded, tolerant, hospitable, and the city of government is called Ottawa. Canada is among the top 10 countries by UN in terms of quality life index, with one of the lowest mortality rates. Canada is ranked number 1 for sound banking system among G8 countries. It is rated second among G7 for its ability to attract long-term investment, because Canada has a fantastic infrastructure, rated among the 10 places to do business by OECD. So if you're looking at top 10 destinations to do business, to establish yourself, Canada is one of them. More than half of Canadian citizens between the age of 25 to 0 have post-secondary education. So most Canadians have had higher education, most Canadians. So it's a very literate country. 10% of Canadian universities, 10 out of the Canadian universities are among the 200 universities, according to Times Education. AstroLinks work with almost all the provinces in Canada. We've got students in all the provinces, so you can see the province. By the grace of God, we've got students in almost every province in Canada. Canadian institutions have long incubated. So some of the innovations we know about Canada, the BlackBerry, the flat screen technology, the smart board, voice compression application for cell phones, computers, and IMAX films, many of them. Canadian education institutions have long reputation in teaching and research. The current Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is a product of Simon Fraser University, and the running mate of President John Mahama for 2020 elections, Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, is also a product of York University. These are 2 prominent Ghanaians. I can talk about them. There are so many of them. why you must consider Canada. Why do we promote Canada as a study destination? As a company, Astrolix, why do we promote it that you should consider Canada as a destination? One, Canadian qualifications are globally recognized. This means that if you do your degree, your master's or your diploma or your PhD, any academic qualification that you bring from Canada is well recognized and highly respected. That will give you a competitive advantage over your peers. I have to be honest with you. Global agencies for employment see Canadian graduates as they believe qualifications from Canada are world class. So if you apply a job with somebody from Canada, the rate at which you employ a Canadian graduate is higher than that of probably your country, Ghana. International students have a sound, secure atmosphere without any form of racism, victimization, or discrimination. I always say that you don't choose a country. Before you choose any destination, you should ask yourself, can I study in such an environment? Is it friendly? Do I have the liberty to go around and do whatever without people victimizing me, lecturers and all that? Canada is one of the fantastic places. You can live peacefully in Canada and study irrespective of who you are. International students can work 20 hours a week and you can work off campus. If you compare Canada to US, you see that in the United States, you can only work on campus, but Canada, you can work off campus during full-time session and holidays full-time. Anyone who study up to 2 years in Canada, whatever course you study. So Canada is one of the few countries in the world. If you do a certificate course, if you do a diploma, even a minimum of a certificate, you will be given a work permit up to 1 year. If you do a certificate called diploma, master's, or whatever, when you finish, and it's a minimum of 2 years, you are given 3 years to stay in the country and work. And this cannot be compared to most destinations. I have to be very honest. In Akam Palance, there is a saying that in America. So among all the countries, like you can't study diploma in UK and get work permit. You can't study diploma in Australia or in United States and get work permit. But if you study these courses in Canada, you always find the opportunity to get post-study work permit. Students studying in Canada are allowed to bring their spouse. So if you are married and you have children below 18 years, once you are studying in Canada, provided you can show proof that you can sponsor your family, I am happy to tell you that your spouse can join you and work full-time to support you and live with you during your studies. And when you finish your course, they are also eligible to get a post-study permit. One of the fantastic things about Canada is that a lot of their programs, even at the certificate level, have what we call a co-op. And this co-op project, you can see it. The co-op placement program gives international students the opportunity to gain hands-on experience. So accounting, electrical engineering, human resource, all these programs in the colleges that we work with, they all have a co-op program. And by the time you graduate, it gives you the opportunity to have hands-on experience. I have had a student who went to Canada at the age of 18, and by 21 years, he had a permanent Canadian resident. The reason is that when he studied the course for 2 years, the course embedded into it was the co-op. So by the time he graduated, he had already gained 1 year work experience. And then when he came out and worked for 6 months in addition, he was able to apply for permanent resident and got his papers at the age of 21 years. Most international students are able to work and raise funds to support their tuition fees because they are more jobs. So what I want to say, this may not be official, but I want you to know that most of us from Ghana and Africa, economically, we are challenged. Financially, we are challenged. So what is important for you is to be able to raise money and pay your first year tuition fees or your first semester tuition fees. If you can pay your first semester tuition fees, Canada is the most flexible nation. It is the most flexible nation that you can work and pay. In fact, there's a report, majority of students even defer their course after their first year so that they can work and support themselves. Most of the institutions have flexible payment plans. So depending on the school that you are going to choose, most of the institutions have flexible payment plan and they are able to pay their tuition fees in installments. What are the major intakes we have in Canada? So we have fall intake, which is September. So far, we have closed application for September. Then we have the summer intake, April or May. The summer intake is only for a few colleges that run the summer intake. But at the moment, we are doing application for winter. That is those who want to go January and February 2024. So if your intention is to study in Canada 2024, there's an option for you to go January or February, and the application process is now. Most of the schools will close it by September, and then the application for winter will be closed because we need at least 8 weeks to process a visa. So please, if your intention is to go to Canada 2024 January or 2024, start your application now as I'm talking to you now. Requirement for admission. What document is required for admission? Well, you need your educational certificate and transcript. And what I mean is this, dependent. So I'm starting from our brothers going for postgraduate program. So if you're going for a master's degree, you need your degree certificate and your transcript. If, for example, you did a diploma or HND before you did your degree, then you need your HND certificate and transcript or your diploma certificate and transcript together with your degree certificate and transcript. Probably you did this for 2 years and did that for 2 years. You need both of them. So you need your education certificate and transcript. If you're an SHS student, you only need your WASSCE results or your SSE results, and then you need your white scratch card to show that, yes, the results is genuine, so we can verify the results. So these documents are meant for you. So whether you went to training college, nursing training college, you have a degree or whatever, you need these documents. However, if you are going to do a master's degree, a graduate program, you do not need a white scratch card in addition to your documents. We will need your passport. We will need your curriculum, please, or curriculum vitae, your CV. It should just be, if you're an SHS graduate, it should just be 1 page. If you're a postgraduate applicant, just 2 pages, not more than that. SOP, you need advice. Agent will advise you how to write your SOP. Why do you think you want to go to Canada? How would the course help you to achieve your career and education, and a couple of other things? The course modules, you must be able to understand. Then there's an application fee between $50 to $150. Normally, if we are an agent doing this application, we will charge you together with our service fee, and then depending on the school, we will pay this for you. Few institutions may also require, so example, there are some institutions that may require academic credentials evaluation. So if you come to Astrolinks and we know the school you are going to apply and it is required, this we will let you know so that you do academic, credentials evaluation or academic evaluation. If you are going to do engineering programs and management courses like MBA, engineering, management, in top Canadian universities will require GRE or GMAT. If your intention is to do engineering, management programs, and MBA top programs, most like accounting and the business and engineering, environmental science, and all those applied science programs, you may need GRE or GMAT. And if you're able to write this, it gives you you may get admission. I want to say that if you choose to go to the public universities for postgraduate programs, once you meet all these requirements, the tuition fee is very competitive and to be better for you. So please pay attention to this. All the top universities, even if they can give you grant or funding or scholarship, you need to have this. Canadian education system will not require English proficiency from Ghanaian students. So if you are from Ghana and you want to study in Canada, you do not need an English proficiency letter, like say IELTS, TOEFL, CBT, PSN, or anything. You do not need it. If you are from Ghana, you can provide your degree and a letter of introduction or a letter of English proficiency. You do not need this document to be provided. However, some schools may request it when the program becomes very competitive, and we always want our clients to be aware about this. I want to give you an estimate of, if you want to study in Canada, an average estimated cost of studying in Canada. So you can see tuition fees is average of 18,000 Canadian dollars. Living expenses you need to show is about 12,000. Then one-way travel tickets. If you are going to Canada, one-way ticket, normally averagely, you can get $1,200. All these monies I've quoted here are in Canadian dollars and not US dollars, please. The visa fee is about 150 Canadian dollars. You do biometric verification, $80. You may do a police clearance certificate, $30. Then, so in all, you need to budget around 32,000 Canadian dollars. But then, if you are going to pay part of your fees, you deduct part of the fees that you will pay from the amount of money you need to show. Remember that this is just a guide to support you. Now, for example, $32,000, you can convert this into Ghana cedis, and that is almost 260,000 or so. So assuming if you're going to study in Canada, this may be 260,000, and the bank statement is 240,000. I am sorry, your visa will be refused because you do not have enough funds to pay for your tuition fees and your living expenses. Studying in Canada is the easiest way. So if you have questions, you can bring it. Studying in Canada is the easier way to secure permanent residence. So if you're an international student, you want to stay in Canada permanently, you can do this through education. All that you need to do is get a visa and go to Canada. Just study 1 year. If you get a good advice and you study the right course in the right province, straight away within the next 2 to 3 years, you can get your permanent residence. So after you are studying, you'll be given 3 years work permit to stay and work. You then apply on the basis of studying in Canada and working in Canada with your age, previous qualification. So Canada have a point-based system. So based on your age, your qualification, your work experience, your Canada experience, that is having had the opportunity to study in Canada, having had the opportunity to work in Canada, all these points will give you. In fact, if you genuinely go to study in Canada and you get the right person to advise you, there is no way after 3 to 5 years of stay in Canada, you are not going to get your permanent residence. It's a beautiful and a fantastic place. Let's look at, after you have met all these requirements of a successful study permit application. This is very integral. You are going to apply for visa. These documents are really needed. Employment, so employment evidence. I know some of you may short screen this, but you need how to write the employment letter. Personal finance document, your marriage certificate, educational certificate, children, properties, evidence, previous travel and immigration history. This is very important. Letter of explanation is very integral. So a letter to explain your circumstances. Custodian declaration for children below 18 years. Certificate of study from Quebec if you are going to study in Montreal and other regions. You need to do a police clearance certificate. You need medical examination. Canada's student visa, they can never give it to you until you have been asked to go and do medicals. And the medical is only done through an acceptable panel physician. And once they have disclosed the information to the embassy before they'll give you the visa. Because we are a company, because we are running a business, because we always want to stand in for our clients, we run a promotion and we run a budget. And therefore, I want to say this to you. Astelins will charge you 1,000 Canadian dollars to be able to do your application and all the paperwork, get you admission with our partner institutions. However, when we come on Zoom like this, we do give discount. Today, we are giving a discount of $500. So 500 Canadian dollars, it's about today, about 4,000 or 3,006. So instead of paying 7,000 or 8,000 cedis, we have given $500 discount and bring it to 4,000 Ghana cedis, let me say. And this includes the application fee to the school of your choice. Now, once we charge you this amount of money, it focuses on, one, counseling you. So you are going to meet me or one of my team members to understand you. There are so many people, they may not even be eligible. You may not be eligible for the visa. So you don't have to push yourself to go and do it. So you need a counseling. Then after the counseling, we do the application and pre-departure orientation for you. This is what we do. Now, for me to know whether you are a genuine student, because I don't have time, what we do is that we then say, okay, book an appointment with us. And then when you book an appointment with us, what we then do is that we have 15 to 20 minutes engagement with you so that we can talk to you and know who you are, understand your finances and your circumstances. And after that, we are able to recommend it to you. Now, if you wish to be eligible for our promotional package and you want to be eligible for us to help you go to Canada and study January 2024 and May or September next year, it is time to apply. Please short screen this and then make a deposit of 200 Ghana cedis into our Momo account, 0244-502752. The name is Astolinks International or Richard Obiansmi. Once you put this in there, a member of our team will then give you an appointment and give you appointment of when you can meet us. Please use your telephone number as reference when you make the payment so that we can talk to you. Please, I hope you have taken the screenshot because I'm moving to another slide. You can see my backdrop, a list of Canadian universities that we represent. We work with fantastic universities. We already have direct agreement with these universities, and by the grace of God, we have sent students to these universities. And if you happen to go through our process and application, we should be able to send you to one of these colleges and universities, and life will be better for you. Astolinks is located in Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi. Our contact details are there. And please, you can also contact our Canada team. Miss Christabel is our Canada team. And then we have the customer care. Please, you may book an appointment and contact us, and we will be very happy to support you. You can engage Astolinks in any part of the country on WhatsApp, through Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. Now, I want to take the opportunity to read your questions. And those of you who have questions and you want to ask me, there's a question, please feel free to bring your question time. It is time for questions. So I want to answer some of your questions and respond to them. Meanwhile, if you want to be eligible for our package so that we can support you to do your application, your admission, your visa, issues about funding, scholarship opportunities, if you want to do masters by research, all the documentation, anything that you want to know about this, we will do. All those of you who will book the appointment with us, I will have another open session with you tomorrow morning. Anyone who booked the appointment, we will have another session 9 a.m. tomorrow, only for those who have booked the appointment. So those of you who are paying your money, please make sure you add your telephone number so they can call you and send you another link for us to have another engagement tomorrow. So we'll show you the direction to follow. So a couple of questions that have come, and I wish to answer your questions. Thank you for your questions. So I'm doing it from the bottom. Okay, please, can I know the budget for studying in Canada, including your service charge, tuition fees, as to 5? Please, can you please book appointment with us, because we need to know the course you want to study and then advise you. Thank you. Kofi Anderson. Kofi Anderson, if you're undertaking a program in business, I'm saying, can you apply for transfer to a Canadian university? Yes, Kofi, it is possible. Frimpong Deborah, please, the Momo number again, it is 0244-502752. 0244-502752. Michael Fosubuache, please, I was refused a visa in 2006 when I wanted to go on holidays in UK during my university time. Should I tell any embassy I have been refused a visa before? Since it's yes, please, Michael, disclose it. Thank you. Newton, please, I'm interested in pursuing PhD epidemiology. So to do a PhD or master's by research, you need to have a research proposal. And then Astolinks will show you, when we have a Zoom meeting with those who pay, we will show you how to prepare a research proposal and what you must do, because you need to have what we call expression of interest. So Michael, book the appointment and my team and I will engage you. What about scholarship? Canada has a lot of scholarship opportunities, especially if you're going to do masters by research. Postgraduate programs have a lot of funding opportunities. You must have first class, a second class, upper, a good class to be eligible for this. Thank you. That is for Justice Kwache Jr. Azutiga Abednego, due to network problems. Sorry, Azutiga. Margaret Amwako, I continue my degree in 2A, but due to some circumstances beyond me, I'm now applying. Does it mean I cannot apply per explanation on the gap of? So that is why, Margaret, you need to book an appointment, and then we have to look at explaining so many things and create so many things and fix it there for you. If you apply, you can apply, but the visa officer fee, why is it after 15, 16 years, you now want to do your master's degree? You need to explain that, and you need to explain that the course you are going to do has a link with your master's degree or what you do. So there are so many things we may have to do, Margaret. Thank you. If you book an appointment with me, I can explain this into detail. Does it mean that with that year, one cannot get admission to a Canadian university? Ernestina, one can get admission, but the truth is that There are some courses like engineering and management. These top programs, in most of the universities, if you do not have GRE or GMAT, you will not be eligible. So I always want people to prepare themselves in advance before the application time is due. Please, I'm a teacher with diploma. How can you help me? We can get you admission to do a graduate diploma or graduate certificate, depending on the grade you got. Please book the appointment and I'll have the opportunity to meet you one-on-one. Francis, please, does your service include bank statement support? No, sir. However, if you speak to us, we'll show you alternative way you can be sponsored. I'm for done. So please, what is your service charge? Our service charge on this Zoom meeting, including application fee to the school, will be 500 Canadian dollars. How long must 260K stay in your account? How that the proof of funds, that how to show the proof of funds is an important area. We will show you, even if you don't have money in your account and somebody give you the account, how you can demonstrate that the money is genuinely going to be used for your application. When you book the appointment, we will show you how to go about this. Thank you. I graduated a degree in IT. I had 2.8. Will I get a 2-year master's program in Canada, or I have to apply for postgraduate diploma? If you can book an appointment with me, I'll be very happy to discuss this further with you. With a Bachelor of Education Basic and with diploma in Basic Education, can I apply for master's program in Education Leadership? There's Monofori, yes. And we will even shape you to know the right education program to go for. Good evening, please. Your contact for more inquiries. Amofa Danso. Our contact is on social media. Anywhere, Accra, Tak Radio Kumasi. How much do you need for a whole process for master's program? I'll be traveling alone. We need to book an appointment with us, and then we can be able to advise you based on the school and the course. Please, is work and pay allowed? I do not understand. Once you study in Canada, you can work and pay and earn money. So that is what I can say. Can I get information about payment and other stuff? When you book an appointment, Collins, I think it will be the right platform to engage you. Kiki Mensah, I think Kiki, you are always on my Facebook. Well done for always engaging us. My budget is 80,000. Do I stand a chance for master's degree in education in Canada? Yes, Kiki Mensah. $10,000 is about 80,000 Ghana cedis. That can pay part of your fees and other miscellaneous expenses. But then you need to have enough money to show to the embassy that you have money to pay for your living expenses and the rest. So Kiki, book the appointment and let's take it from there. Thank you. Syriam Akweka, please, will the meeting be recorded? Yes, it is be recorded, but it is subject to my team to share it. I'm Daniel from Kumasi. Please, is there any age limit for education abroad, especially MBA postgraduate program? No age limit. But then when you're applying for the visa, you need to be very circumspect. Joker, how much does it cost, please? It depends on your circumstances. Benjamin Desmond, obeying my namesake, can you assist me get admission to university of my choice in Canada? Yes. If it is not part of the universities you work with, to read social work masters, yes, we can help you. We have Lakehead, University of Lakehead, one of our partner universities, they offer masters in social work. Thank you. Richmond Bisompre, is there a service charge in Canadian dollars or it's in Canadian dollars, say? FIFA Mensa Isaac, please, is the 200 part of the 500 Canadian dollars? Yes, Isaac, it is part of it. Lucia, what is your success rate for Canada? This year we have had over 90% success rate by the grace of God. Veranana Asamoah, please, must your pay cooperate with your bank statement? It depends. I don't know what you really mean. Book the appointment and let's take it from there. So as I was saying, if you wish to study in Canada, it's a fantastic destination, a great place to study and work, a place that your family can join you. And it's an incredible destination that I will always recommend for you. And especially if you are looking for a place to study that, at the end of the day, you know that your family can join you and we can have a fantastic future. Please feel free to do this. And we will also be happy to engage you. Those of you who have made the payment, can you please use your telephone number as a reference? Anybody who has made the payment. Is it possible to apply the visa with your dependent? Yes, you can, provided you can show enough proof of funds. Nanaje, can one be refused a Canadian visa when they have been refused a US visa? If you do not disclose it, it will lead to visa rejection. Can someone with hepatitis B also get Canadian admission? Yes, please. Can you show proof of funds without paying the tuition fees? Can you show proof without? Yes, Philip, I know that it is possible, but it is not the best practice because your visa could be refused so painfully. I will always advise that you try as much as possible to pay part of your fees. Not paying part of your fees means that you are a highly risk applicant. I have a Canadian visa for 7 years. Can I get a school for another master's program at age 40? Jonathan Afo, you cannot use your visitor's visa to apply for a school. So even if you get to school, you need to apply your study permit because your visa, you can't stay in Canada more than 6 months. Thank you. Please, what is the duration of payment of your full service charge? As long as the process continues, say. Please, I have a degree in 2013 and 2020. Can I have a postgraduate diploma certificate program master's? Taylor, yes, it is possible. So what I want to say that some of you, we need to book the appointment and then you engage you. Castro, I have secured a degree course at University of Regina. How can I secure study permit? How much? Thank you. Castro, you need to book the appointment. As I said, there are so many people on board. We need to understand you, your profile, and know who you are and be able to advise you on the right course, the right documentation you need to process. A lot of people, you just pay your visa fee for any reason. You just pay it, but you must seek an advice. Please seek an advice from a registered agent, good agent, experienced agent. Let them guide you to know the right school, the right course. Sometimes when we advise you, it is very painful, but please make sure you listen to our advice. So those of you who have not booked the appointment, I have 7 minutes to end this Zoom session. If you haven't booked your appointment yet, you have 7 minutes to, as soon as I close this session, I'm done. So it is just a promotion I'm running, and please book appointment and let's take it from there. All those who have paid, use your telephone number as a reference and let's take it from there. Thank you. Jonathan Afo, I think I've answered you. Taylor, please, I have a degree in 2013. I think I've answered you. Where is Aston located in Accra? Accra office located at 4A Popo Street, East Legon. Thank you. Lucy, how do you support students outside Ghana? We will do everything for you through online. Thank you, Lucy. Manuel, I have diploma of tech class. Can you help me? Yes, we can find a way to help you to do a pre course. Paul Badegbe, I have diploma in librarianship. Any help? I'm a staff of the Technical University in Ghana. Yes. So Paul, book appointment and then the team member will engage you. Benjamin, can you assist me get admission to University of my choice? Yes, we have explained this to you. And then Nanaje Kum, can someone with hepatitis B get a Canadian visa or any health condition? If you have hepatitis B and it has not reached the highest level, they can give you medications. My own brother had the same experience. The embassy recommended some hospitals to him, and then he was able to treat it and got a chance to go to Canada. Taylor, I have gotten admission at College of Certificate Program. Can I proceed? It depends on your circumstances, Mr. Taylor. If a student refuses the visa, do you support to reapply? Yes, we do support, and sometimes we can go for immigration review. I've gotten admission at a college for certificate. Can we support? Yes, Taylor, we can do. Richmond Bosompra. So after booking, will the exclusive appointment meeting be held? Yes. So all those of you who have booked the appointment, we will have exclusive engagement with you one-on-one. Do you do visitor's visa? If you want us to support you to do that, we will. But this event focuses on those who want to study in Canada and help them to have a great future for their life. Yeah. So if you have any technical question, if you have any problem, if you need any further clarification, I'll encourage you that you send your question. Edward Dukun Asamoah, I hold MSc Construction Management from Canada. Do you advise for MSc in Canada or a higher degree? You can go for another MSc. You can look at structural engineering. You can look at project management and a couple of other programs. When you book the appointment and I meet you, I'll advise you. Nanaje, please, do you provide help with bank statement? No, sir. There are some of you who can apply for Empower Finance. There's a company in USA that gives loan. We call it the Empower Finance. Depending on the school, they can sponsor you, but you need an advice so that you do not rely solely on it, please. Please, I have HND accounting, Bachelor of Business Administration accounting option, currently pursuing my MSc. Can I get 1-year college degree in Canada with a low GPA of 2.58? It is possible. As I said, everybody and their circumstances. We do this based on your age, your qualification, your work experience. When all these things are assessed, we should be able to advise you. As I said, I have only 4 minutes left. I just want to encourage. If you walk into the office, we will charge you higher, then the full service fee will be applied. But then if you book the appointment with us, whether you are in Takoradi, we're in Accra, or you are in Ghana, even if you are in UK, our UK office will take care of you. Just if you're in outside Ghana, all those of you who are watching me, we have office outside Ghana in the UK. It is the UK office that will take care of those of you who are outside Ghana. All those of you who are in Ghana, our Kumasi office, our Accra office, our Takoradi office will be responsible for your application for admission. And we also have, Astolins have immigration consultants. We work with our immigration consultants, and then we look into your file and make sure that your documents are proper before we submit your application for visa. So do not, some of you, when you are sick, you go and see a doctor. The doctor will advise you. Fantastic. The same thing if you want to study abroad and you want to have a sound, secure atmosphere, getting a genuine visa to arrive in Canada, finding a place to stay, recommending you to the Ghanaian community in Canada, making sure at the end of the day, your life does not become so difficult to be acclimatized to the system. You need to work with a reputable company. You need to work with an agency like us, and we will do that for you. We've got over 300 Ghanaians living in Canada through Astolins. Some of them are people of higher reputation, and they have done so great things, and we can bring all these people on board for them to support you. So my dear friend and my loved ones, please make sure you go through this process and do not do any corner things. Always engage genuine agent. Let us support you, and let us support you to make sure that your dream of studying abroad or your decision to study abroad becomes a reality. So those of you, I think I'm giving the slot to only 5 more people. Only 5 more people. 5 more people. Please use your telephone number. Samuel, please use your telephone number because you just sent your name, Samuel. I need your telephone number. Other than that, we cannot call you. So anyone who has paid, please use your telephone number as reference so the team can contact you. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I am very confident that we will have a great future with you. Tomorrow morning by 9:00 a.m., you are going to receive another link. And I'm going to talk to you briefly. After talking to you briefly for 20 minutes, then we are going to have one-on-one engagement. So this is how we're going to do it. Those of you have booked the appointment. We will meet you together and explain certain things outside this. After that, I will meet you one-on-one to understand who you are. A form is going to be sent to your email. Please fill out the form. The forms will cover something like your age, your highest qualification, your current employment situation, your salary. We are going to ask so many things about you, and please feel free to share that with us. And then I can advise you if you have been refused a visa before, if there are stamps in your passport, if you have been banned a visa before, disclose all this information and feel free. If you are not eligible for Canada, we will not progress with Canada again. Please listen. If after assessing you, if you pay the 200 cedis, after assessing you, when I realize that you are not eligible for Canada, we will not progress. Maybe after assessing you, you may not be eligible for Canada, but you may be eligible for, say, Australia or UK or New Zealand or Ireland or USA. That is what we're going to. So be flexible and don't say, oh, because it's Canada, you want Canada. After assessing you, I can tell you are not eligible. Yes, there are people who will not be eligible, they will not qualify. I have over 200 people who have followed me this event, and not everybody will be eligible for visa. And I do not want you to bring faith into this and make it spiritual. Let us do everything professionally. I don't have enough funds in my Momo. I have to go. What should I do now? Gladys, send a message probably to the number and let them give you a unique number. Thank you, Margaret, for sending your money. Please, I'm asking again, is it possible for a fellow with SSC certificate gain admission to Canadian University? So If you're SSE, that means the last SSE were 2005 or 6. And that is about 16, 17 years. So the question is, why is it that after 16 years of completing SS, you now want to go and do a degree in Canada? You need to tell the visa officer, why is it now compelling to go? Book an appointment. We will look into this and advise you if it is prudent. There are some of you who may not be eligible to go to Canada, but then we can say, go to UK, go to Australia, go to New Zealand, go here. And from there, you can do that. So that's what we do. How much is Canadian dollars? I think a Canadian dollar is 8 cedis today. I don't know. Please check it yourself, and then we'll take it. We'll always give you a fantastic rate. It was not SSE. So the WASI depends on the year you graduated. So let us know the year you graduated. Those of you have book appointments. Okay, somebody said, my CEO, my consultant said I should give you 5 more minutes to give further education. Now, those of you who are booking appointments, I need your telephone numbers. I need your telephone number. Mr. Freddy Champon, your telephone number is needed. Thank admin. I'm interested, but I have some situation to share with you. Sir Manuel, book the appointment. Let's take it from there. Mauli Johnson, how much? I think I've explained it to you. And a couple of few questions are here also. KB Jones, I can't pay you, but will always recommend you, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I think I have seen you, Beatrice. Are you there? One of my lovely clients in the UK. I've secured my student visa with your guidance. I have followed you for a year and learned from you greatly. Fall intake at Centennial. Oh, let me know you. Centennial is one of our great schools. Thank you. KB Jones, thank you. Eugene Obing, send it to the number, Eugene, not us, Eugene. KB Jones, can you believe explain the use of visa for study? People are making big mistakes and getting deported. A lot of people don't know you cannot use a visitor's visa to apply for a student visa. You can't use a visitor's visa for a student visa. So even if you apply for admission and then you travel to Canada with your visitor visa, they will cancel the visa. So be careful. A lot of people, visas have been canceled. So be careful. Be careful. Can you believe explain the use of visa? I think a visitor visa can only be used for a short basis. Even if you stay over 6 months, the visa will be canceled. George, I have a diploma in nursing. I want to do further studies in Canada, Australia. I'm 24 years. George, you have a very young profile. Fantastic. Book appointment, George Abanye. You have a fantastic. We'll get to admission and you go to Canada this year or next year. I hold a Bachelor of Education class. Can I pursue masters? Yes. Louise, you can. Lucia, are you registered with IRCC? We work with immigration consultant. Thank you. Mary, I hold a diploma midwifery and I want to top up. Do you think it's possible to do that? Canada does not have really a top-up programs, but there are graduate certificate programs in nursing, palliative care, palliative nursing, gerontological nursing, healthcare administration, and many more. Please book appointments. Nana Jekum, is it advisable to do a graduate certificate if you already have a master's degree? So Nana Jekum, this is free advice, whether you book appointment or not. Let's assume that you have a master's in business administration and you want to do, maybe I advise you go and do master's in, say, social media management, master's in business analytics and data science or something, maybe graduate certificate or cybersecurity. Even though you have a master's, cybersecurity is a new era. It's a fantastic program. If you choose to do that, it may make a little bit of sense. So I can free advice for you, even if you're not booking an appointment. Those of you who are booking appointments, use your number, please use your number. Use your number so that we can contact you. Use your number so I can engage you. Use your number so I can engage you. Thank you so much. Isaka, what is the minimum GPA for postgraduate certificate in Canada? It depends on the course. It depends on the course and depends on the school. And is it advised to do a graduate certificate if you already have a master's? I think I've answered you guys. Some of us don't have money on us. We can pay book. Can we pay book in 30 minutes? Some of us don't have money on us now. Can we pay book that 20 in 30 minutes? Yes, I'll speak to my team to see if we can do that. Please, I'm 39 years. I have secured a degree course at University of Regina. Can you secure a study permit for me? So you are 39 years, you are now going to do a degree. This is what I was talking about. A lot of agents, let me tell you, a lot of people who are not recognized and did not understand, they will only do the application for you to get the application fee. Listen, these days, there are a lot of people on social media, they will tell you, we can do it this, you can do that, but they will not tell you the truth. They are only interested in the application fee or the consultation fee. That's why I tell you that even if you don't, 39 years going to do a degree, it's a big mess. It depends on your profile. What do you do? What is that you are not going to do a degree at the age of 39? Are you going to Canada because of education or because of economic reason? You can be refused a visa. You need advice. Book appointment and let's take it from there, say Castro. Benjamin, the number I use for Momo is different from my number. My number is the reference one. So thank you, Benjamin. Justice, please, I have HN in graphic design. Can I further up there? Yes, you can do that. Benjamin, yes, that is all right with us. Thank you. I am 40 years. I want to do masters. Am I eligible? You are much more eligible, but as I said, depends on your circumstances. Let's say you are 40 years. You are saying that you are going to be sponsored by your auntie. 40 years going to Canada, I say you are being sponsored by your auntie. You are highly risk. 40 years, you are going to be sponsored by your brother. You are highly risk. Your salary is small. You don't have enough funds to show to the visa officer, so your economic situation is weak. This one is not by prayer. This one is purely by principle. You'll be refused a visa, so you need advice. So you don't go and pay your visa fee and waste your, because now, if you don't get the right advice, going to pay visa fee, biometric, that is $230. Going to pay application fee, pay the agent. By the time you realize your $500 to $1,000 will be gone, not refundable. And you are going to, that is why you always need advice, whether you can progress or not. Hello, sir, please, I have a bank in UK. Can I study in Canada? Yes, Alexander, you can do it. I'm 30 years, I want to apply for PhD in health economics. Kwame, sir, yes, you can do it. Kwame, do you have a research proposal? Book appointment, let's take it. I have MBA degree. Can I apply for another master's? Yes, it is possible. Philibert Bene. Okay, a couple of questions have come. Some of your questions, I can't answer all of them. I'm sorry about it. Now, this is free advice going to everybody. I'm giving free advice to everybody. This one. Free advice for everybody. Free advice. These people who have stayed, let me tell you this. A lot of people have been refused a visa. Let me tell you. If somebody tells you that they are going to get you a bank statement and money is not in your own bank account and they give you the statement, check it very carefully. Do you know why? You don't know what your future will bring. Don't allow your present situation to destroy your We are so sorry, our internet, we had a challenge. You know, the power of doom. So forgive me, please. Enoch, make me the host, please. Sandra, call Enoch. I'm no more the host. Enoch. Huh? Hello? As I said, I'm so sorry. We had an internet challenge. Internet challenge. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We had an internet challenge. So as I was saying, if you want to apply, this is it. Do not sit down and expect that somebody will call you. Somebody will call you and just bring you a visa. You need to make sure that you've gone there to submit your passport yourself. You must submit your passport yourself, and you must be able to go for medicals. You go for Aker House Clinic or IOM yourself and make sure that you collect your passport with a letter on it, and that is your visa. Please be careful. Do not pay your tuition fee to an agent. You are a highly educated person. Get admission, go to bank, pay your money, use your own debit card to pay your money, and do not pay your money to any person. Only pay your service fee. Your visa fee, pay it yourself. This is free advice I am giving to everybody who want to. Do not engage people on the street. Do not engage people just online. Go through a system, verify their document, check and make sure that everything is genuine. I am advising my brothers and sisters here, please, with the greatest of respect, we are educated people. We can read and write. We can make informed decisions. And therefore, I want to encourage you that please and please spend quality time and engage your agent to make sure he has done the right thing. Even when they have filled the forms, please make sure that you can go through the forms yourself so that if they have made a mistake, you can correct it yourself. Do not do businesses for people on the street. Do not do business for people around any corner, because all those things could lead to your visa rejection. So I'm encouraging you and you to do what is right all the time. Make sure you have paid attention to details and you go through the process. To bring everything to an end, I think I have a few questions. I'm 30 years, I have diploma in basic education and a degree in BIC. Book appointment, citizen, and now say, Bobby, can you help nurses for offer masters in nursing? Yes, we have. Justin Larson. Please, I want to know the month it takes for the process. The process, this year, Canada has been very generous to Ghanaians. We have had visas coming even 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. So it is fantastic. Kudos to the Canada Visa Application Center. Emmanuel, now I'll finish my master's in 2002 and want to do a PhD. What are my chances? You have a great chance to do a PhD. Fantastic. We also have New Zealand, especially for PhD in New Zealand. We will advise you. I overstayed my visa 2015 to 2018 from South Africa. Will it affect my Canadian visa application? Ebenezer, not necessarily. Book appointment and let's take it from there, Ebenezer. Please, is the New Brunswick Community College part of yours? Yes, please. Esther Mensa, Ebenezer, I overstayed my visa. I think I've answered. Desmond, what budget of 90,000 can I admit? Depends, and I cannot answer your questions here. Book appointment and let's take it from there. Thank you so much for your lovely time. All those who have book appointment, thank you for your trusting and Astrolinks, and I believe in you. How long does it take to get admission? Admission can take like 4 to 8 weeks, so that is why you need to book now. Those who are going for January, we want to make sure by October we are finished, and then we can apply your visa from November, so that it can take 2 weeks, November and December, you can get your visa and go. So don't wait till it is too late. So we can advise you where. Francis, how long does it take to get admission? I've mentioned that. It's all about education. We also have the skilled migration. You can book appointment and our immigration consultant can talk to you. I have a degree in 2021. Can I apply for graduate certificate? It is possible. So free advice. Take good care of yourself. Do not abuse the system. Don't do connection, and always make sure you have done what is right. I want to say thank you for your time. It is 5:17. Anybody that can pay their money from 5:17 to 5:30, we will include you. That's what the charity I can offer. Can you assess me to get a school in Hungary? What are you going to do in Hungary? You'll be hungry, my friend. Astrolinks, our major destinations are going to UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Republic of Ireland, We always want our client to go to the best destinations, especially those of you who are married. If you want to go and do medicine and other courses, yes. But if you are going for postgraduate and undergraduate programs, go to these English-speaking countries and you will never regret. I love you. I look forward to engage you. Please, always feel free to contact Astolinks. Contact Astolinks, any of our offices. And you can see our contact details here. You can pick these numbers, contact any of our contact details, follow us on social media, Astolinks International, and we look forward to engage you. God bless you for your time and thank you for this great day. Go out this evening, cheers, enjoy life, and let's love people and respect humanity. I love you all. Jesus is Lord. I love you. I look forward to see you in the next meeting tomorrow, 9 a.m. and also find time to book one-on-one engagement with you. Gather your certificate, your transcript, and all your papers ready, and I'll be very happy to see you. Take care of yourself until we meet again. It is my pleasure engaging you. Jesus is Lord. I love you. Bye-bye. Cheers.